Amongst the utter chaos of a rugby field, one man is everywhere, smashing tackles, turning over possession, leading the charge and never giving in. That man, a blindside flanker. But who is the best to do it? Today, we'll go through 10 of our picks, but we need you to have your say. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel and comment your pick below. The player with the most mentions will take their spot in your greatest ever 15, revealed at the end of this season. Jerome Kaino was the definition of a world-class performer. As a key figure in the All Blacks' back-to-back Rugby World Cup victories in 2011 and 2015, Kaino proved his worth on the biggest stage. He combined power with athleticism, making him a dangerous ball carrier and a formidable defender. Kaino's ability to step up in crucial moments earned him a reputation as one of the most reliable flankers in history. His consistency in delivering top-tier performances, whether in Super Rugby or international tests, cemented his legacy. Kaino's impact went beyond just brute force. His mobility allowed him to play a crucial linking role between the forwards and backs. He could be relied upon to make defensive reads that shut down opposition attacks before they had a chance to develop. His work in the line-out added another layer to his game, making him one of the most well-rounded blindside flankers ever. His ability to deliver in high-pressure situations saw him thrive in the biggest moments. During the 2011 and 2015 World Cup campaigns, Kaino was at his peak, dominating opponents and ensuring New Zealand's pack maintained its authority. He carried the ball like a number 8, tackled like an open side, and provided leadership on and off the field. Even after his international career ended, his influence on New Zealand rugby remained undeniable. Richard Hill was never the loudest player on the pitch, but his impact was unmatched. A cornerstone of England's 2003 Rugby World Cup winning squad, Hill was a defensive mastermind and an expert at securing the breakdown. His ability to read the game and anticipate opposition movements made him one of the smartest blindside flankers in history. Despite playing in a team with legends like Martin Johnson and Johnny Wilkinson, Hill's contributions were often the key to England's success. Hill's greatest strength was his versatility. He could play across the back row with equal efficiency. Whether it was disrupting the opposition's attack, clearing out rucks, or making crucial tackles, Hill did it all without seeking the limelight. He was instrumental in shutting down key players during England's World Cup campaign, providing the backbone of the team's defence. His career at Saracens was equally impressive. As a one-club man, he embodied the values of loyalty, consistency, and sheer determination. Injuries eventually took their toll, forcing him to retire earlier than expected, but his legacy as one of England's greatest back-row players remains intact. Even today, aspiring flankers study his game, looking to emulate his work rate and rugby intelligence. Juan Smith was one of the hardest-working players to ever wear a Springbok jersey. A key member of South Africa's 2007 World Cup winning squad, Smith was known for his durability, defensive dominance, and attacking prowess. He could carry the ball with strength, tackle with precision, and contest breakdowns with relentless energy. One of Smith's most remarkable traits was his ability to play at a high level for the full 80 minutes. He was an absolute machine, covering ground like a back while hitting like a forward. His leadership skills also made him an integral part of the teams he played for, both in South Africa and abroad. After suffering a near career-ending Achilles injury, Smith made a miraculous comeback, proving his resilience and love for the game. His ability to return to top-level rugby and compete at the highest level once again solidified his status as one of the greatest blindside flankers of all time. Gerry Collins was one of the most feared defenders in rugby history. A hard-hitting enforcer for the All Blacks, Collins played with an unmatched level of physicality. His tackles were devastating, and his defensive prowess was second to none. He made his Test debut for New Zealand in 2001 and quickly established himself as a dominant blindside flanker. Collins' ability to make game-changing tackles and provide powerful ball carries set him apart from many others in his position. He was also a natural leader, captaining the All Blacks in 2006. Collins' ability to impose himself on a game was a rare trait. He possessed the uncanny knack of making the opposition think twice before running into his defensive channel. His ball-carrying ability was equally punishing, as he frequently bulldozed defenders, gaining hard yards in crucial moments. Despite his imposing style, Collins had a remarkable rugby intelligence. He knew exactly when to make the big hit and when to hold his line, ensuring that the All Blacks' defensive structure remained intact. His influence wasn't just felt at the international level. Collins enjoyed successful stints with clubs like Toulon and the Ospreys, where his leadership and work rate continued to shine. The respect he commanded from teammates and opponents alike was testament to his ability. Tragically, his career was cut short due to a fatal car accident in 2015, but his legacy remains. His relentless work ethic and fearsome presence on the field continue to inspire rugby players worldwide. Ruben Kruger was a crucial part of South Africa's 1995 World Cup winning squad. Known for his powerful tackling and tireless work at the breakdown, Kruger embodied the spirit of a true blindside flanker. Another to be nicknamed the Silent Assassin, he did not seek the limelight, but was consistently one of the most effective players on the field. His ability to secure possession and disrupt opposition attacks made him a nightmare for opposing teams. Kruger's influence on South African rugby cannot be understated. He was a key figure in the Springboks' resurgence in the mid-1990s, providing the physical edge needed to win battles in the trenches. His performances during the 1995 World Cup were nothing short of heroic, as he put his body on the line in every game. His club career saw him continue to thrive, with his work rate and defensive abilities earning him immense respect. Unfortunately, he battled serious illness later in life, and his passing in 2010 was a significant loss to the rugby community. However, his legacy as one of South Africa's greatest blindside flankers remains untouched. Pieter Du Toit, the Dark Destroyer, who made tackling an exact science. His 38 tackles against New Zealand in the 2007 World Cup quarter-final isn't just a record, it's a testament to his supernatural ability to be everywhere at once. Whilst the French rugby ideology does not necessarily view blindsides in the same way as the majority of rugby nations, we simply could not leave Du Toit out of consideration. What made him unique was his reading of the game. He seemed to know where the ball was going before the attack did. His tackle technique was perfect. Same leg, same shoulder, wrap the arms, drive through the contact. But it was his timing that set him apart. He'd arrive at exactly the right moment, when runners were at their most vulnerable. In that famous match against the All Blacks, he single-handedly changed the course of rugby history, proving that one defender could nullify even the most potent attack in world rugby. His nickname wasn't just for show. He would destroy attacking patterns with surgical precision. Long before the professional era, New Zealand's Ian Kirkpatrick was redefining the role of a blindside flanker. A fearsome ball carrier and devastating tackler, Kirkpatrick didn't just play in the forwards, he played like an extra back. His ability to break through defensive lines and score tries made him one of the most dangerous loose forwards of his time. By the time he retired early in the 1979 season, Kirkpatrick had played a total of 289 first-class games and scored 115 tries. His attacking record remains astonishing for a flanker. Kirkpatrick's era lacked the analysis and statistics we have today, but if he were playing in the modern game, would he still be as dominant? When you think of Rocky Elsom, you think of destruction. The Australian powerhouse was a wrecking ball in both attack and defence, and at his peak, he was nearly unstoppable. His performance in the 2009 European season with Leinster is the stuff of legend. He single-handedly dominated the Heineken Cup, winning man of the match in the final and setting the tone for blindside flankers in the modern game. When he returned to Australia, he captained the Wallabies and played a crucial role in their resurgence. But his international career, while explosive, was relatively short. Does longevity matter when ranking the greatest? If rugby had to create the perfect forward, it might look like Michael Jones. A man so talented that his coach famously said he played like a Rolls Royce. Jones was a freak athlete. He had everything: speed, power, agility, and intelligence. Initially playing open side before shifting to blindside, Jones was a game changer for New Zealand. He was so good that he scored the first try of the inaugural Rugby World Cup in 1987. His defence was impenetrable, and his running lines were sharper than most backs. But one thing impacted his legacy. He refused to play on Sundays due to religious beliefs, limiting his availability in crucial tournaments. Could he have been the undisputed best if he played every game? Few players have dominated the modern era quite like Pieter Steph Du Toit. The 2019 and 2024 World Player of the Year was the heart of South Africa's World Cup winning team as they secured back-to-back victories. His combination of physicality, endurance, and rugby IQ makes him one of the most complete blindside flankers the sport has ever seen. After a standout performance in the 2019 World Cup final against England, Du Toit once again rose to the occasion in 2023 and amassed an incredible 28 tackles as South Africa defeated New Zealand in Paris. He is simply the epitome of consistency and excellence in the modern-day game. Unlike some of the older legends, Du Toit plays in an era of extreme physicality, making his dominance even more impressive. But is he the greatest of all time? Or does recency bias cloud our judgment? That makes up 10 of our picks for the greatest blindside flanker. But this is where we need you. We are putting together a greatest ever 15 chosen by you, the viewers. To have your say, simply like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment your pick below. The player with the most mentions will take the number 6 jersey in your greatest ever 15, which will be revealed at the end of this series. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time as we get back to the rugby.